Tonight at Target Center, two very different but equally impressive bigs will share the floor. Karl Anthony Towns has had his share of problems with Andre Drummond over the years. Drummond is a perfect 6-0 in the head-to-head matchups. Can Cat and the Wolves flip the script tonight? Find out next. Rose attacking Griffin, and the Timberwolves are finally on the scoreboard.
It's one of the things that is interesting when you see Derrick Rose start is what should be his role on this team. Should it be at the point or should it be at the shooting guard position?
Rose coast to coast.
Could have been a foul there too. I think that I think Derrick Rose wants to play the point guard position. I don't think he wants to be matched up against two. He just wants to be on the court. Taj is trying to overpower Reggie Bullock, and he does it.
How about this game of runs? 12-0 spurt for Detroit, a 10-0 run for Minnesota. And he's always been able to hit that shot.
I don't know if always has been what you'd say, but he's got great shooting form. The way that he shoots the basketball, he's got textbook shooting form now. He's Derrick Rose. Talk about textbook shooting form. You know, the guys have not missed many games. And Jeff Teague, obviously the Jimmy Butler situation, complicated things from a lineup combination standpoint. But Minnesota's enjoyed help, and that's been a great thing.
Derrick Rose, wow! What a sequence for the former MVP!
He's shooting 50% from the floor. He's shooting close to 50% from the three. Since the trade I'm talking about, if you take the entire season, he is shooting 50% from the floor and from the three-point.
Rose gets it to rattle in. It's the kind of shot, Jim, when you're having a good night, it finds its way in. When you're having a bad night, it finds its way off. Reggie Jackson, Jimmy's now in year 4 of that 5-year, $80 million contract he signed with it. Remember how startling that news was that he signed an $80 million contract, and now that sounds like a bargain. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about a value contract for him. I'm just talking in terms of general of the contracts and the money being handed out in the league. To get an average of $16 million a year doesn't sound like very much in today's NBA. Was a lot at the time, though.
I think it's still a lot. Well, for what he does.
Believe me, everybody sitting at home thinks it's a lot too. Timberwolves' biggest lead of the game. Griffin, 3, rattles out. Rose looking to push pace. Towns trailing the play.
Wow.
And what athleticism by Towns.
What body control.
Towns for Rose. Rose from the free throw line.
Derrick gets to go. 6 of 12 for Derrick Rose.
Blake Griffin, the attack and finish, and it's back to a 6-point game. Timberwolves at one point trailed by 12, and at one point led by 12. Rose baseline. Where would they be without Derrick Rose? Not just tonight, but all season.
Go get him! Go get him!
Rose uses the bank.
Now, Blake Griffin did not want to help off of Karl Anthony Towns.
Rose, what another shot by Rose. He just continues to make those shots look easy.
The reverse layups, both right and left-handed. Derrick makes a tough shot. Derrick is 6 of 7 in the painted area. Reggie Bullock has had a heck of a game
for
the Pistons. He's got 23 in the game on 9 of 17, 5 of 10 from outside the arc.
His season high is 24, Jim, and that came in the last game as Derrick Rose adds to his total.
D. Rose 10 of 19. He's got 24 in the game to lead Minnesota in scoring.
Rose firing the 3, buries the 3. First made triple tonight for Derrick Rose.
Oh, you got to hit Covington when he's open, though.
Covington burying the 3.
He was open earlier. Derrick held onto the basketball a dribble or two too long.
Rose.
Doesn't mean it's not true.
Timberwolves have not played an overtime game this year. Covington looking to keep it that way.
Wow, big shot. Big shot, Bob.
Bullock thought about the 3. Shot clock down to 4. He'll take a 3, and we're tied again. Wow. Rose pulls up over Griffin, banks it in.
Unbelievable.
Rose has
What a
hit.
shot. Minnesota hasn't had an answer, too.
Yes, they have.
It has been back and forth. Haymaker after haymaker.
Rose has hit 13 of 24 tonight.
Good blitz that time by Taj Gibson. Get to Reggie Jackson on his heels.
Bullock gives it up for Griffin. Extra pass. Jackson, open look, and Detroit takes the lead. They've been at 9 of 13 threes in the quarter.
You're talking about the worst shooting team in the NBA.
Rose has been fantastic tonight. Gets the screen from Towns.
On a roll.
Working on Griffin, changes direction. Wild shot, won't drop. Griffin with a rebound. Timberwolves get a steal. 9 seconds. Covington. Yes, sir. He is Big Shot Bob. 6 seconds. Jackson driving inside. Drummond an offensive rebound to put back up and in with .6, and we are tied at 118.
Boy, you don't want to foul him necessarily because a three-point play would be a killer, but you also don't want to let him get a layup.
Covington, Towns, a lot of contact, no whistle. Both sides wanting a foul call. Griffin thought he was fouled. Tibbs thinking that Griffin should have been called for a foul. And how about this? We're going to go to overtime. Jackson, no. Credit Towns. Good job of defending without fouling. Forced that miss. Rose to Wiggins. And Andrew able to get it to go. Rose with his 7th assist tonight. Rose. Oh, what a hesitation and a go move by Rose.
Just watch Derrick Rose and what he does on the defensive end. And so sometimes he's been playing off some guys, but he really does a good job in terms of how the intensity that he plays with.